My name is Schaub, and I'm the author of Year of No Garbage. I came up with the idea, what would it be like to try and live without creating any trash at all? As a family of 4 living in Vermont, we could recycle, we could compost, we could give things away, we could repurpose things. The only thing we could not do at all was use the trash that would end up going to the landfill or the incinerator. Immediately, I realized that plastic was going to be the Darth Vader of our Year of No Garbage. Everything else, metal, paper, glass, these are all materials that have somewhere good to go and can be recycled in a fairly efficient manner. Plastic it's not the case. Overnight, I was inundated with examples of product packaging that I brought into my house on a regular basis that I just had never been given a reason to stop and look at and think about what actually is this. And spoiler alert, if you don't know what a material is, it's always plastic, always, always, always. I had this idea that I could, just rely on the single stream recycling that our garbage service provider gave to us. We could recycle the resin identification code, which is that chasing arrow triangle that probably most people are familiar with that shows up on so much of the plastic packaging.
Hey there, little girl, don't you want to recycle that plastic container? Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Why?
That we bring into our home. I thought, gosh, how many other pieces of plastic could there really be besides those 7? And turns out a whole lot. And you can't really put your mind around it, I think, until you stop pitching it into the trash container and you let it build up on your kitchen counter, because it very quickly becomes totally overwhelming. Some stuff doesn't have a resin identification code. I thought I could just avoid the stuff that was not recyclable, didn't have one of those numbers on it. That did not turn out to be possible. I could not actually feed my family on the things that I could bring home without buying plastic. I woke up one morning and said, today is my day of no plastic. So I had to switch gears. And that's when I started looking into things like pay-to-play recycling, where you can actually buy a box from a company. They'll send it to you, you fill it up, you send it back to them, and they promise they will do something good with it. But the catch is that there's no sheriff in town. There's no one making sure that these companies and organizations are actually doing what they say they're doing. There's no accountability. It's a false solution, ultimately. I think simply using less plastic is going to be the solution, which is much harder, but we can do it.
Hey, Steven, would you put this in the garbage for me?
Oh, yeah, sure. Where is it?
Aha, that's just it. We don't have a garbage.
What?
That's right. In our house, we went for a whole year without throwing anything away.
How would that... Okay, so like, pizza boxes.
Compost.
Broken rubber bands.
Retied them.
Potato chip bags?
Made a designer purse. Give up yet?
Never! Bottle caps.
Girl Scout Troop craft project.
Milk cartons!
Didn't you know? I buy my milk in glass now.
What about this?
I have my top 5 tips for reducing plastic waste in your life. And I do think that it matters. I think that there is no such thing as perfect. I'm not perfect. I still buy plastic. I don't want to. But there are many things that we can do. And I think they're worth doing. Number 1 is really easy. It is always choose the non-plastic product. When you go to the store, we're faced with choices all day long, every day. And if we choose to purchase the eggs in cardboard instead of plastic, if we choose to buy the ketchup in the glass bottle instead of plastic, or the bread in the paper bag, all of those things matter. And all of those things will register, I think, to the corporate mindset. They're going to understand that there's a demand for materials other than plastic. Number 2 is avoid disposables. Choose reusables instead. And so we know that durable plastic products shed microplastics. So make sure that your reusables are non-plastic ones, such as your metal water bottle. And wherever you go, ask for reusables. Like when you go to the coffee shop, if they try to, they're going to give everybody a to-go cup lined with plastic. ask for a real cup or bring your own mug. These are all things that we can do every day. Number 3, bring your own bags. I bring my own shopping bags to the store. I also bring my own reusable produce bags. And then I also carry a small fold-up little bag in my purse at all times for purchases that might come up unexpectedly. Number 4 is bring your own containers and shop small. So they're much more likely to accommodate you if it's a local shop and you know the people. Number 5, find good zero-waste resources. If you live in an urban area, the chances are very good that you're going to have a wonderful refill shop or zero-waste shop somewhere near you. Go find. Unfortunately for me, I live in the country, so I have to order all my plastic-avoiding products online. But the good news is that there are so many wonderful resources out there now for things like bamboo toothbrushes, buying toilet paper that's wrapped in paper, shampoo in aluminum bottles. There's a tremendous, wonderful resource out there waiting for you to discover it. And what's great is that we can then support these businesses and encourage more. My bonus tip is to remember that the plastic waste crisis is about the environment. It is about ocean plastics. It's about, the polar bears and the turtles, but it's also about more than that. And I think bearing that in mind, that we all eat and breathe and drink microplastics every day. And we're all walking around with microplastics in our bodies. And scientists are just now starting to figure out what that might mean in consequences for human health. And so the less plastic we use, the better it will be for our own personal health and also the health of your children and grandchildren.